On October 7th, 2023, 20-year-old Surgeon Nathanel Young sacrificed his life on the battlefield of Zikim to protect dozens against the Hamas attack. Nathanel was a lone soldier who had made Aliyah from the United Kingdom 2 years prior to the Swords of Iron War, with one goal in mind: to join the Israeli Defense Forces. Young loved his country and was dedicated to serving and defending it until his last breath. His parents, Chantal and Nicky, kindly accepted to share the story of his bravery with the GPO. Here it is.
First, when he was 3 years old, his older brother did Garin Sabah and was Santranim. So he remembered going to Israel and going for the tickets for his brothers and seeing his brother in uniform. And I think that started for him to develop his love for Israel. And when he was about 10, 11 years old, he kept talking about, I want to go to Israel, I want to fight for Israel, I want to be in the army. So he had this love of Israel since he was quite young.
Once he came to Israel, he'd been in a course in music, which is what he really also wanted to do. And he became known internationally. In fact, he became known as a DJ soldier.
He enrolled in 8 weeks intense training called Garin Mahal, where they do crazy things on the beach and crawling in the sand, sleeping on concrete for 3 days, because he wanted to make sure that he got to combat unit. And then the draft came and he got into Golani. He was the happiest person on earth. The change in him was absolutely amazing.
On October 7th, it was Chag, it was Shabbat, we didn't have our phone on. I went to the synagogue and there was somebody, and he got up to speak and he started saying suddenly about how all these people, there's this war with Gaza, saying they've taken 37 hostages, army hostages into Gaza. Chantal came late and she didn't hear it. I didn't know, I was thinking what to say, and I was working out in my mind, what are the chances of Nathanel having been taken a hostage or something, because there are 3,000 soldiers there, there's about 36, so he's probably all right. I was thinking to myself, should I tell Chantal now or wait till afterwards?
He was bleeding a bit strangely, but I didn't take much of it. And then in the afternoon, I went to a lovely walk. We were talking about how Private Nathanel is doing so well in the army and all that. And when we came back, my husband really didn't look. He looked really worried and said, what happened? And he told me. Straight away, I took my phone and I saw there was lots of messages. How's Nathanel? What's happened to Nathanel? And I saw that there was a missed call from Nathanel in the morning. So I called my son and so I saw a message that said, from a friend of his, my son being injured. And straight away I said, oh, Baruch Hashem, if he's injured, that means he's not an hostage, and that means he's alive. And then the army calls my son in Yerushalayim and says, you have to go to Barzilai Hospital in Ashkelon. So he goes to Barzilai Hospital and he can't find, he says, where's Nathanel? And he can't find Nathanel. It's a bit strange. So what I'm thinking, it must have been either a very, very critical condition, or maybe he's very much disfigured, something not good. But it never happened into my mind. Death never came to my mind at all. That was not an option for me. I just thought maybe he lost a leg or his arm or, something bad. We go to show, we come back, leave no news, and that's a few hours. They say that's not normal. So everybody got to know the truth. They tell him the truth, they tell him what's happened. It took me a few days to actually believe it actually happened. And even after the funeral, even I came back to London, I used to say, he hasn't gone, he's on holiday. It took me a while to actually really acknowledge it was really, really gone.
What happened was that the army base was surrounded at that time with a lot of undergrowth, and Hamas came from the sea, they came from Zikim beach, and they came from land as well, and they could see the IDF, but the IDF couldn't see them because they were hidden in the undergrowth, so the IDF had to shoot blindly. And between, there was only about five or six IDF soldiers at that time, and they killed about 35, 40 terrorists. Nathanel was shot in the head. His commander, Gabriel Tebchenko, managed to save Nathanel's body, or he shot the terrorist himself, and then he hid Nathanel in the container so that nobody could actually find the body.
Usually parents teach their children things, but I think he taught me a lot of things. He told me how never to give up. He actually didn't give up because he found his happiness. Obviously, I'm sorry he didn't carry on. He wanted to be in the IDF. He wanted to defend Israel. And he did that in his mission, and he failed defending Israel. So I think very few people can say that a child of 20 achieved that.